Hi, my name is Tanisha Simpkins. I want to invite you to tune in to the Table Talk Radio Show, where we'll be having candid conversations about politics, education, fashion, reality shows, what's trending, and more. I want to hear what you have to say. No subjects are off limits. Grab your coffee and tea and let's talk. I'm your host, Tanisha Simpkins.
But you know, not everybody's at that point or in a setting of church or you know that knows that word forgiveness.
Sure. Yeah.
To them, forgiveness means nothing. Forgiveness means I'm just gonna forget you.
Correct.
You know, they change their word and just say, I just forget you and never talk to you for the rest of my life.
Which is not forgiveness.
Which is not forgiveness. And there are situations that, you know, some of those people do. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I came in contact with a young lady and she's like, well, I'm just going to never talk to that person again. I'm like, why? You have kids, you have a husband. Don't you want to, you know? She's like, no, I'm okay. And I kept saying, well, why are you okay? Because I wasn't okay with it.
Right.
But she's like, no, I'm okay, Tanisha. I really am. I'm okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that's like some type of suppression because I hate to see that you crack one day or have some type of breakdown. You know, this is my, you know, I'm very candid with my response too. Have some type of breakdown or, you know, some type of... Go ahead.
Well, you know, there are some cases I do believe and I understand that certain relationships must come to an end, and that end may include no communication. So I don't know what was the extent of her situation, but certain things, hey, you know, like 2 Chainz said, sometimes I gotta cut them off.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you do have to cut some people off.
Especially if somebody or something is taking my joy and my peace, someone that does not respect me, does not value me. I don't think that's someone that you need to have in your personal space.
And that's sort of the relationship with friends. Now we're talking about parenting. That's sort of the relationship with friends. You always hear that, like myself, I do leadership at my church. And I always get some of the leaders when they're doing things, you know, or hyped up or their ministry is thriving. Mm-hmm. You know, they'll say, Tanisha, I can't take it because, you know, such and such, you know, talking bad or whatever. And I always just say, just let it go. Mm-hmm. I say, because, you know, they're not where you are.
Yes.
You know, and when a person is not where you are, they get a little frustrated. Mm-hmm. So don't take it like it's them, even though it is them.
Correct.
Don't take it as them, you know, just move on. Or even with Facebook, I tell people don't get so bothered with Facebook, you know, or people liking you on Facebook or people responding to some of the things that you do on Facebook because everybody may not understand.
That's right.
And only the people who understand or who are captured into what you're doing, those will be the ones that support you.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
So that's a lesson for Facebook, y'all. Don't be bothered with all
Don't take it so serious. It's Facebook.
Serious.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Simpkins. I want to invite you to tune in to the Table Talk Radio Show, where we'll be having candid conversations about politics, education, fashion, reality shows, what's trending, and more. I want to hear what you have to say. No subjects are off limits. Grab your coffee and tea and let's talk. I'm your host, Tanisha Simpkins.
Thank you for joining us here at the Table Talk Radio Show. I'm your host, Tanisha Simpkins, and we do have our co-host, Pastor George Rich.
Hello, everybody.
Right. And, you know, I want to thank you guys for joining us again. candid conversations about things that are happening around the world, where it deals with education, religion, reality, home, relationships, anything abroad. And you all guys can always give us a call with the number that's provided in a moment. Now, we did leave off when we were talking about relationships, and this is part two of the Table Talk Radio Show. I wanted to jump into what I seen on Facebook with Tyler Perry. I said Tyler Perry having a baby. That's what I titled it. Tyler Perry is having a baby.
Tyler's having a baby.
And I'm like,
Tyler or Mondia? Which one's having?
No, Tyler.
Okay.
He's having a baby because he's never mentioning her. No one knew of her. She's 8 months pregnant. So I said hashtag is a surrogate.
Like it sounds like a Michael Jackson scenario.
Yeah. And I'm like, hashtag Oprah gonna be the godmother. So they both having a baby.
Yes.
One for him and one for her.
Wow.
One for both of them.
Yeah. Well, you know what kind of makes this, I guess, newsworthy for the Christian community is that Tyler Perry is certainly a very vocal and public Christian figure. And a few months ago, he was at Jake's church.
Yes,
He was either preaching or laying hands, and doing his thing. And now, he's with child. Yeah. With a woman that we have never seen before. So we can assume that they're not married.
Yeah.
And, that has become the talk in Christian circles right now.
Exactly. So the thing about it is, not only did the Christians talk about him as far as but they talked about him as far as the shows that he do, that he promotes marriage and he promotes, he tell the woman, girl, you better make sure he marry you. Madea, is it Madea?
Uh-huh.
Whatever, that's on those shows. So it's like, okay, so how are you going to promote those things? And here you are, having this, didn't even mention that she's a girlfriend. Just said that he's having a baby.
Maybe they just have an agreement.
That's true. That's what's called a surrogate.
2014, people are definitely making some out of the box, not normal decisions when it comes to relationships, and this could very well be a contractual agreement.
Yeah, I think it is. It probably is. I agree. It probably is. But if you guys want to give us a call, the number here is 914-338-0414. Again, 914-338-0414. Now, one of the other things that I did want to talk about here on the Table Talk Radio Show is the new show. There's a new show called Blackish, and the producers are Anthony Anderson and Larry Fishburne. They was tweeting before the show came out, and Tracy Ellis was the person that was tweeting with so I joined in on the tweet because I wanted to know. For some reason, I just felt like Lawrence Fishburne probably thought of the idea because he was from Augusta, Georgia.
Okay.
For some reason. And I asked the question, I was like, was he the main person who thought of the name Blackish? Because I'm going to be honest with you. When I first heard it, I was like, I don't know about that name. Because the first thing I'm thinking is you're going to start saying what things are blackish. Defining and what things are not. Yeah. And now that there are some kids who really don't know what that means. Like, we may know what, that means.
Correct.
But our kids, I know my daughter, it's like when I do stuff, she'll say, well, what are you talking about? It's not that she just don't know.
Yeah. The whole term blackish, just like you were saying, it's going to create, like, we're going to be redefining or defining what it means to be black. And I don't think that any one show should have that type of power that they are redefining for mainstream America. This is what black is and this is what black is not. Now, I have not seen the show. So I don't know what am I missing.
You should see it. I actually this is what I do. I try to support black actors, producers, production. So I just save it on my DVR, even if I don't see it or not, because it gives them ratings.
That still gives them a rating if you just do it on your DVR?
Yes, it does.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it does. It gives them ratings. So what I did was I actually did see it. It came out on Wednesday. So that next Tuesday I was like, let me see it. I saw it was actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. The name don't fit, but the show is actually good. So I saw it the next Wednesday past. It actually was good. It had some good points to it. You know, about fatherhood. Now they did have some situation where he felt like his son was losing his identity.
He was losing his blackness.
His blackness.
Okay.
But guess what? You wasn't raised in what you define as your blackness. That's just like my daughter, you know, when we go, well, I'll just say that, just be honest. When we go to church, that's our blackness.
Okay.
Okay? But when we're home, or when she's in school, she's in a different environment.
Correct.
So sometimes, you know, I get a little professional ratchet, and I may say certain things, you know, and she'll say, well, I don't know what you're talking about. And I get so frustrated, like, you do know. No, mommy, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Professional
Am I talking too
ratchet. Somebody should tweet that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I get professionally ratchet. I do. You know, they came up with that name, and I thought about, I get that way sometimes, you know. You know, you be a little professional, but at the same time, you kind of tweak it in a little bit.
Well, you know, I think that being black in 2014 just takes on so many different shades and tones and styles and mannerisms that, you know, I would hate to see a show like this take us back 15 years.
Yeah.
So once again, I haven't saw the show, but if you say that it is giving some positive things about black family,
but at the same time, it's still doing what we define as black.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And
are there any like 40s and blunts in it?
No.
All right.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Simpkins. I want to invite you to tune in to the Table Talk Radio Show, where we'll be having candid conversations about politics, education, fashion, reality shows, what's trending, and more. I want to hear what you have to say. No subjects are off limits. Grab your coffee and tea and let's talk. I'm your host, Tanisha Simpkins.